Representative Radwagen, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman Grijalva and Ranking Member Westerman, for holding this hearing today. And thank you, Secretary Haaland, for your testimony. It's good to see you all again in person, and I thank the Chairman and Ranking Member for working to get us back here on the dais safely. We aren't at 100% yet, but we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I encourage the American people to take note of their example. If you haven't yet, please get vaccinated and encourage those around you to do the same so we can all enjoy each other's company once again. Before I get into my questions, I also want to thank Secretary Haaland and the administration for including a level funding request for the American Samoa Operations Account with OIA. You know, there's been a knee-jerk tendency for the budgeters over the years to include the account in across-the-board cuts, and it remained stagnant through decades of inflation until recently. So I appreciate that you've acknowledged the importance of this account by not touching it. That said, the recent pandemic has highlighted weaknesses in our health infrastructure, and I have a request with the appropriations to not just maintain funding, but to increase the account for development and planning for a desperately needed new hospital. At an Indigenous Peoples Subcommittee hearing last week, we received testimony from several witnesses, including Chairman Ned Norris of the Tohono O'odham Nation, about the state of their healthcare infrastructure, and their descriptions could just as easily apply to the territories as to Indian country. Madam Secretary, I sincerely appreciate your dedication to Indian and insular healthcare issues, and I'll continue to rely on you to help address this problem. Both Congress and the administration need to approach this for both sides, and I look forward to working with you. Shifting gears a bit, not all tribal fee-to-trust applications are the same. Madam Secretary, how will you and your team prioritize and process discretionary fee-to-trust applications? And with what local consultation process will you conduct if there is neighboring tribe or local jurisdiction opposition? And for discretionary off-reservation fee-to-trust applications, will you commit to keeping the Indian Affairs Manual update signed by Assistant Secretary Sweeney last August, which memorialized multiple years of national policy memoranda?
Thank you so much for the question, Mrs. Radwagen. And I appreciate the question. I want to let you know that I had a very nice conversation with Governor Lemanu just last week. And so we're in close touch with the folks in your community and just appreciate the opportunity to support you and their mission. The fee-to-trust applications, I would really appreciate an opportunity if I can get our Assistant Secretary to make sure that we can get a briefing or have a conversation with your staff on this issue, just so you can have all the details you need. It's important to us. And of course, as I mentioned, tribal consultation is an absolute priority of President Biden's administration, and we are committed to that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.